Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Feece Review. Today, I'm going to be talking about Futurama and why it's so popular. I really love this show, and I'm going to talk about the origins of it and why it is the show that it is and how it is so well liked by millions of people. So, sit back and enjoy my Feece review. To understand the writing of Futurama and where the writing comes from, you have to understand a lot of Matt Groening's background. Matt Groening used to do odd jobs before he worked on a comic called Life in Hell. He talked about in interviews how he hated these jobs and how he always wanted to do something more. And so he started writing these Life in Hell comics, which got picked up. And then he created The Simpsons. The Simpsons was actually one of his biggest creations. Obviously, everyone knows The Simpsons, but he created it on the spot. He was going to make it the Life in Hell comic, but he decided to change it because he didn't think it would sell as well, and he wanted something new, so he created The Simpsons on the spot right before his pitch. He worked on The Simpsons for many seasons. After a while, he kind of got bored of the storyline and wanted to do something more. He talked about how he would draw cartoons of space and some sci-fi storylines on the side while he was working on The Simpsons. And in 1997, him and a guy named David X. Cohen decided to make a new TV show with sci-fi related ideas. So they spent 2 years working on it, and in 1999, Futurama's pilot came out. The storyline of Futurama, a lot of people know it, is a 20-year-old person, he's a pizza delivery person, gets frozen, and then he goes 1,000 years in the future. Matt Groening got the idea of Fry, the main character, off of himself when he was doing odd jobs. So now that I talked about the background of Futurama, I'm going to get into another part of why it's so popular, and that's the emotional ties of the storyline. There's this one episode of Futurama where Fry has a 4-leaf clover and he's really into it, and he believes it gives him luck. And he finds out his brother stole it off him after he got frozen and became really famous. And then at the end of the episode, there's a, twist.
Son, I'm naming you Philip J. Fry in honor of my little brother, who I miss every day.
He finds out that his brother missed Fry so much he named his son after Fry. And then he gets really sad because people missed him once he got frozen. And he didn't really realize that. And there's really emotional parts of the storyline. Another reason why Futurama is so popular is its political satire. In the first season, there's this episode where there's this giant trash ball heading to Earth because millions of years ago, people just pushed the trash out into outer space and hopefully they wouldn't worry about it. Political satire. And then millions of years later, it comes back at them. And that's at the year 3000. So that is a very political, relevant thing that's happening that they can comment on today and it's not located in present time, but it's hinting at present time, which can make it even funnier.
The city used its mob connections to obtain a rocket and launch the garbage into outer space. Some experts claim the ball might return to Earth someday.
Another thing that makes Futurama so great is the characters. I am really into the characters that Matt Groening creates. Fry and the main characters are always really well thought out. And even in The Simpsons, there's really funny and relatable at the same time characters. Their writing is relatable. They go through things that you can relate to, but it's also funny, and that's what comedy can root to, is pain. I just really love the characters that Matt Groening comes up with. For example, from The Simpsons is a bartender who hates everything, and anyone can really kind of relate to that, but that's an example of his characters. And he just comes up with great characters. So those are 4 points I'm bringing up for my Feece review. I brought up the background of Futurama, and then it's emotionally attaching, it's politically relevant, and has great characters. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for self-esteem.